From the mind of Mark Yoshimoto
The
Nemkov.
Neumann U87 and the Neumann U89. Can you tell which one you're actually listening to right now? If you guess the U89, you are correct. And this is the U87 in comparison, and you can tell right away that the U87 just feels a little bit more punchy. They're being recorded at the very same level. So if the U87 feels a little bit louder to you, it's because the upper mid-range is a little bit more forward in the U87 than it is in the U89. And I think that is really primarily where you're going to hear the difference, even on a phone speaker. I think that should be fairly apparent if you know what you're listening for. So right there about the edge of where the mids meet the highs, you have a little bit more punch here, a little bit more forward punch with the U87. And what is really curious to me, right? I mean, this is an iconic sound. As far as voiceover goes, this is an industry standard iconic sound, the U87 tone. And the U89 is really not that, it's kind of like the sibling in the shadows of the U87. And what's really curious, and I didn't even know this until someone in Neumann told me this, the U89 had been marketed as a replacement for the U87 as a technically superior replacement for the U87. It's really they designed it as an upgrade to the U87 because it has really a smoother response overall, right? So it has a more of a flatter, even response across the sound field than the U87. But the U87 really just this sound, even though it may not agree with some people, the U87 is one of those mics that generally sounds really good on almost everything and amazing on certain things. On a few things, it sounds incredible. Human voice is one of those things where it really can sound incredible on, but it can also sound really weird on the human voice because that punchy mid-range with some people just kind of exacerbates a resonance that makes it really sound kind of like really honk right in there. The nasal, like if you go right in there, that kind of tone, that resonance kind of gets enhanced by the mid-range bump on an 87 on some people. And that can sound really weird and ugly and, ruin your fabulous experience recording with such a great, recording tool. So the U87, that quirk, the mid-range quirk of the U87, which a lot of people feel is the signature sound of the U87, they decided that they wanted to engineer that out. So they created the U89. And what's actually really interesting is that when last summer, right, I had the MT48 in my hands, and I was like, this is a game changer for me. This sound is a game changer. And my buddy Jonathan over at Neumann, he said, you have to try a U89 with it. Because I was like, now I have to hear the U87 through. He's like, no, you need a U89. And I'm like, you're nuts. Because the U87 is the standard sound for my business. And he's like, no, wait till you hear the U89 through it. And so I acquired one, and I was like, wow, that is such a great sound. I mean, it feels right. It just feels right. And the U87 came later into my collection. And I get it now. I totally get it. I get the difference between them. I get why they are both really essential tools for me. Because, as it is, this upper mid punch, right? This is great for commercials. It's great for anything that I feel is going to be positioned, a track that is going to be positioned on a music bed or in a mix. If I need to punch through that, I'm going to lean on the 87 more than the 89. But if I'm doing something where I feel like it's a more sympathetic read or something where I know that, there are some commercials where there's no music bed, where it's just a voice, and your voice is everything. Your voice is the entire orchestra, really. So you have to kind of fill out the soundscape a little bit more with your voice, with your read. And sometimes a U87 on that just feels a little bit too much like advertising. So a little bit more of an honest, real world sound is what I'm going to achieve. You hear my stomach growling with the U89. And that's what I love about it. I really love this mic. And in terms of character stuff, it really, again, depends on what it is that I need. Do I need it to be a little bit more punchy and aggressive? Or do I need it to sit a little bit more naturally? So here, I'm just gonna, hold on. I just had ChatGPT made some copy for me in like the 5 seconds before I hit record. So here we go. All right. This summer, listen to this microphone and get 10% off your next eyeball waxing at participating Long John Silver's across the Southwest. I'm sorry, I'm cold reading. This is terrible. This summer, listen to this microphone and get 10% off your next eyeball waxing at participating Long John Silver's across Southwest Boise. Just the area north of the bridge washed away during the Miller's disastrous gender reveal party. Don't miss out. So dumb. All right, let's try. Sorry. My stomach is growling. Here we go. This summer, listen to this microphone and get 10% off your next eyeball waxing at participating Long John Silver's across Southwest Boise. Just the area north of the bridge washed away during the Miller's disastrous... Just the area north of the bridge washed away during the Miller's disastrous gender reveal party. Don't miss out. This summer, listen to this microphone and get 10% off. This summer, listen to this microphone and get 10% off. So yeah, they both have their place, but they're different mics. And I feel like there is that certain Neumann richness to pretty much all of their mics that I've ever used. Some of them I feel are better than others. And, some of them I think are more suited for music than they are for voiceover. But overall, like, I don't know. I don't think I have a favorite between them. I love them both as they are. That's such a cop-out. Which one do I like better? Do I like this one better? Do I like this one better? Or do I like this one better? I'm not sure. Do I like this one better? Or do I like this one better? I might like the 89 better. I hate to say it in front of the 87 like that, but I might like the 89 better. But what do you think? Which one do you like better? I don't know. I think I like this one better. I can't tell. So I need your help. Which one do you like better? Or it's really not which one do you like better, but I want to hear what you think about the U87 versus the U89. And don't forget to go to Southwest Boise. Where is that? Southwest Boise at your Long John Silver's. Get your eyeball waxing. All right, U89, U87. All right, until next time. This is Mark Yoshimoto Nemkov, fading to black.